What's up? Peace, love. Today we're going to talk about getting back to nature, kind of the fundamentals of getting back to nature, reconnecting with nature, and how not having an identity in nature is the cause of a lot of self-harm, why we harm ourselves and each other, either voluntarily or involuntarily. So boom, let's get into it. An incomplete self-identity can make it hard not only for you to see yourself in nature, but see yourself in other people. A lot of the bad things we do to each other comes from a misunderstanding inside of ourselves. We're seeing something in another person that does exist in ourselves, because it is also connected. Once you know this and actualize it, but seeing something that does exist inside of you that you haven't acknowledged yet inside of someone else can bring up so much like fear and instability that it causes you to other that person and harm them by cutting them off of resources, or physically harming them, emotionally harming them, judging them, whatever the case may be. You're projecting that fear of self onto another person. And I feel like you can just kind of look around at what's going on today, that human beings are really doing this to ourselves. There's been a lot of misery and suffering going on as of late. It's always been going on. You can look through history, but we've always kind of been doing it to ourselves. We're all animals still, we're mammals, but we're the only mammal that doesn't kind of coexist with its own species and within nature and find that equilibrium. And you can practice this very easily. It's really just a step-by-step thing. Practice getting outside and seeing yourself in your immediate environment. A lot of us need human beings, or we think that we need other human beings to mirror back to us who we are. That's the first thing we learn when we're kids, is to mirror the expressions that our parents are projecting onto us to get our own self-identity. But it's always been a whole living, breathing environment around us for us to do this exact same thing with. We just kind of got obsessed in ourselves in the process. So you start with using plants as a mirror, flowers, trees, green, the grass, use plants as a mirror, use other animals. Animals have personalities and archetypes of their own, just like humans. We can use animals as a mirror. Using water as a mirror. Water is used as a metaphor in so many different cultures and human facets of life, but how it moves, how it transfers heat, how most of our bodies are water, how most of the earth is made up of water, how it's the source of all life on earth. It's like the birth of life on earth comes from water. Using this as a mirror. The soil, using just dirt, mud, putting your feet back into the earth is an actual way to ground your energy. And there's scientific research into this. Excess electrons can flow from your body into the soil and kind of neutralize your mood, your attitude. It can help you find stability in the present moment by literally just taking your shoes off, putting your hands and your feet in the dirt. Is so healing for your immune system, for your health, your consciousness, all that, man. You're very connected just to the soil as an extension of this place. We're one with the atmosphere, the air that we breathe. Breath work is very important to regulating your physical, emotional, mental well-being. The air that we breathe is very important. It's unfortunate how much bullshit we put into the air in our environment, where we can't even see the stars at night, or some people don't have clean air to breathe. And a lot of things that we've kind of taken for granted. And if you see how important it is as a mirror to yourself, as an extension of yourself, I don't think we'll find ourselves in a lot of these situations. And you're one with the cosmos, you're one with space. Every star in this galaxy, it's been proven by science long ago that everything physical, all this matter here around us, came from the same point on the graph. It came from the same point of expansion. They did it with math and science. I ain't gonna give you all those facts because I don't got it in my head, but it's been explained to us in so many different religions, spiritual practices have also kind of felt it out with intuition as well. And you can just see it in a microcosm on Earth. We were a rock that accumulated next to a rock that accumulated and developed power, and we got ice and water, and then the power from that big rock that is on fire up there gave us the energy for what we call life on Earth. We aren't separate from that process. We're just an extension of that. So also being able to mirror yourself in the cosmos, to be able to mirror yourself in the universe. We all just we're the ocean in a drop. We're not the drop in the ocean. We're the ocean in a drop. And all this, going through it sounds like a lot, but it's really just step by step, day by day stuff. You practice this until it becomes knowing, until it becomes actualized. It's day by day practices, step by step process is really just small little things you do on the daily, just mirroring yourself in nature rather than only in human beings, what you're consuming through media, to find your personality. Now you can create a more actualized being, extension of yourself through nature, man, which is a beautiful thing. Do want to talk about diet a little bit too. This whole body is just an extension of the food that you eat. So if you find yourself feeling low energy, if you find yourself having bad moods, maybe experiment with the food you eat. That could all comes from nature as well. Your brain and your body is really just a compilation of all the food that you've ever eaten in your life. It really is, you are what you eat. Paying attention to what you put in your body is important too. It is really important. Your gut bacteria, your gut health is 90% of the serotonin that you get into your brain. That's where a lot of that comes from. That science has discovered the vagus nerve and the brain gut connection. That's why you have gut feelings when you're anxious and all this shit. Just experimenting with the foods you eat is important too. It's day by day things. No one right diet is the way, no one right lifestyle is the way. It's really just you taking the time to find these things for yourself and experiment. Once you do actualize this, once you kind of get the momentum, you are able to see yourself as an extension of this one life, this one love, this one being, which is life on earth and life in the universe, the one consciousness, the one heart. Once this is actualized, then you can go back into society that we exist in now, where we know a lot of this isn't actualized, and you don't have to be in a place of fear, because you never really have to be afraid of yourself. It's not separate from yourself, They say the only thing to fear is fear itself, Fear is afraid of itself. Once you know who you are, it's kind of just silly to be afraid of yourself. Once you get back into society and you've actualized self, and now you aren't adding to the wounding, you aren't hurting the planet anymore, you aren't hurting other people, you aren't hurting yourself, you more become part of the stitching of the wounds that that have always been, you know what I'm saying? And we can get back to healing, get back to love, get back to the earth. You know, try to end it on a positive note there. You know, nobody's broken. All of this has been needed for perspective and needed for humans to really actualize their potential on Earth. Because out of all the animals, to me, it seems like we have kind of the greatest potential for love and for creation. And we've been given a special opportunity, but in order to really realize that, we had to kind of hurt ourselves first, in a way. But now it's time to heal ourselves and, you know, come back to the earth, man. I love you. Hope this finds you well.